Okay, are we up here? Let's see. Audio. Do we have sound? I'm not sure. A bunch of different settings here today, of course. Good morning, gang over there. As you can see what's going on this morning. Oh, Twitch ads, soka. We don't seem to get ads here in Japan. Maybe they haven't bothered to sell anything yet to Japanese consumers here, who knows. Okay, what we're going to do here, you can see what we're doing. It's another YouTube video. I'm way late in getting video made. The video, actually for this one, the video portion of this has been in the camera for a couple of weeks, but I just haven't got around to doing the editing because there's a lot of editing on this one. And last night, I'm still zonked here this morning. Last night I was up till, I don't know what time. It's all in the can now, it's all struggled together. I haven't done the voiceovers yet, but I've got to do the intro and the outro, which is what I'm going to do here this morning. So this morning's stream actually is not going to be too long. I've got to get a bit more set up here, get the camera and stuff still focused and ready. Then I'll do my video recording here. So this is not going to be all that long of a stream this morning. I'm sorry. I just couldn't wait to do this any longer, so it has to get done. So I can't watch the chat here while I'm doing this setup, so you're going to be on your own for a few minutes here while I do this. So excuse me, I'm going to ignore you guys for a while I've got to get the audio thing set up here, and I've got to get the camera focused, and then I've got to practice my video run, and then we'll give it a go. So you guys are on your own for a few minutes here. Step one, focus. How do we focus when I'm here, but I have to go back there to focus? So what we do is we'll use a dummy about the same distance from the camera. Now you know what this thing's for. Test crash dummy. I'll focus on you, okay? Don't move. Right, focus, check. Position. Seems okay. You go back, thank you. Camera settings, manual, 4.5, 125, check. ISO auto, check. Good evening, hi. Okay, check. Next, audio. And socks out of the way. Here, check. Makeup, check. Camera, lights, print, props, zoom. Okay, let's do a test here. Actually, no, I can't do it that way anymore. Just a minute. It doesn't. I've lost the battery in my clicker, so I've got to activate the video. Oh, it looks like it might have worked. How can I tell? It's on. Video's on. Audio. Start recording. Okay, we might have a take here. Who knows? Let's just try. Why test when you can do the real thing? Sound coordination. That didn't work very well. Try it again. Initiate teleprompter. Good evening, this is woodblock printmaker Dave Bull, here in our shop on the second floor of the Mokuhankan building in Asakusa, Tokyo, with one of the last times I'll be here making one of these videos. I'll more about that at the end of this one. As you've already seen in the cold open, this video will show the process of making one of the new prints in the ongoing Ukiyo-e Hero series that we are producing together with designer Jed Henry. It's been years, and I mean literally years, since we last produced a video showing one of these prints coming to life, and I'm very pleased to be able to finally bring you this one. The print, The Serpent Strikes, is a design that I've liked since the first moment I saw it. I think Jed has really outdone himself with the transformation of key elements of the game, I mean the barrels and the cone of light, into a milieu a world away from the original, and yet it's instantly recognizable. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about the game. We're here to watch a woodblock print come to life. And before we start, I have to mention that this presentation is going to be a little bit different from most that we have done before. Up to now, whenever we do these videos, the sequence goes something like this. I brush color over the block, I put the paper in place, I rub to take the impression, and then we look at the result, and then we go around and around. But that means that there's an important step in the process that I've always omitted: preparing, mixing the color. That part takes time, and I've always been afraid of having these presentations go on too long. But the fans have spoken strongly about that, telling me not to watch the clock while I'm doing these. So this time, for each color block, each and every color block in the sequence of making this print, I pointed the camera straight down onto the color mixing tub, and I just let it run while each color was mixed from basic ingredients. In some cases that just took a few seconds. Yellow, splash a bit of red in, bang, away we go. And for some it took a couple of minutes to make a nice deep brown. I also need to introduce you to the craftsman you'll be watching. Now, unlike most of the previous Ukiyo-e Heroes printing process videos, where I myself sat at the bench to do the job, I took my camera this time over to the workroom of one of the men who has been working with us for a few years on making these prints. The very respected printer, Mr. Kenichi Kubota. He's not outgoing at all, and he wouldn't go along with my request to do an interview as part of this presentation. My face on the internet, whatever. But he did agree to let me bring my cameras along and record the work while he did the initial proof printing of this block set. As you will see, it came out just fine. And after I left his workroom at the end of the day's proofing, I gave him the go-ahead to begin work on the initial batch of real prints. That was a couple of weeks ago, actually, and he finished those in good time, and Jed-san actually has them in hand as I speak, and is preparing to send them on their way to the waiting customers and collectors around the world. But here again, I go talking too much. Let's get to the real video. Now, I'll use a voiceover as you watch to explain a few things as we go along, and in other places where I think that it's pretty self-explanatory, I'll just sit quietly and watch together with you. Let's get on with it. Seems okay. Let's have a look at that, see if it is all right. Yeah, I mean the last one from this location, of course. I'm not stopping videos. We're moving down to the first floor. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. And do I need a trim? You bet I need a trim, but who's got time for that kind of stuff? Hi, 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 hi. I forgot to take my jacket off, so I've got to take it again. Hi. There's a teleprompter. Absolutely. As you know, we've talked about this before. There's a teleprompter there. I know some of the videos I make are free talking. You know, when I talked about Ito-san the Carver, I was just rambling with a story. That's why it ended up being so rambling. But some of them, when I've got specific things I want to talk about, of course I use a teleprompter. I built one. It's right over here. The audio sync isn't important. I know the audio and video sync you're seeing is nothing to do with the video I'm making here. My video is being recorded to a different camera here, not this one. The audio is being recorded to a digital recorder, and I'll sync them up later inside the video software. So don't worry about the sync here. It's nothing to do with Twitch. You have to keep moving your hair. I know. I'm sorry, whatever. Anyway, excuse me. I got to check and see if this is okay. So hang on a sec. Now I can't bring up QuickTime here because it'll interfere with the Twitch video. So let's see. Mostly it's the focus and the light that I want to just check, that's all. Looks like it might have worked. Right here. It's on. Video's on. Audio. Start recording. Okay, we might have to take your Let's just try it. God, look at that here. Test wow. The real thing. Sound coordination. What's that doing? There's a light reflection here, Mr. Martin. Initiate teleprompter. Good evening, this is Woodblock. I think we're good to go. Okay, let's take it. Let's make a take. Did that screw up the Twitch? Are you guys still okay? Is the camera all right? Looks good. What's the print on the LHS in the blue Passepartout? I don't understand LHS. LHS. I'm sorry, be dumb here. You mean the blue? You're talking about blue. You mean this print on the stand here? Ah, left-hand side. Over my head. Sorry about that. Hi. But you mean my right-hand side? Hang on. There's a print. You mean this one? The print in our catalog? You can see where I am on the video. It's one of the Tsuchiya Koitsu prints. It's not from the Doi Hunger Company blocks. This is one that I made myself years ago. It's in our catalog. If you're curious, woodblock.com/prints. It's called Fuji from Tago Bay. It's in our catalog. We've been, I shouldn't get too many stories going here. A young girl came in here a while ago who's working as a scroll mounter. And she's looking for extra work to do and little things to do to help her increase her business. And she came up with the idea of taking some of the woodblock prints we make and mounting them, instead of a frame, mounting them like this. And I'm not so excited about this because what she's done is she's got a piece of panel, put cloth over it, and glued the print to the surface. And she's thinking that this will be a nice way that people will want to demonstrate, display their prints in their homes. And I'm not so excited about the idea of gluing a print down to a piece of wood. But she said, please, let's try it. People will love this. So she bought a print, mounted it to a panel, and we're displaying it here to see if the idea is going to fly. And so far, not so many people have been interested, and we are not going to try and push it because it ends up basically destroying the print. But she was a nice girl, and she wants to sort of do things, and we're trying to maybe, the idea, a better way to do it would come out of the discussions or something. I don't know. Anyway, please, I've got to get back to this. Let me do my real take here. Okay, we're good. I'll just get my coffee off here. All right, I think that was okay. Let me get the prompter back to the beginning of the script. When we're finished, I'll move the camera and show you how this works. We've talked about it before. I have a PDF file, whatever. Let me just do this first, and we can talk about it later. Okay, mic is ready. Zoom is ready. Camera is not ready. We'll put the chip back in. That's right, Dave. Let's just start it while I'm here. Hi, camera activated, recording. Microphone plugged in. Audio, stand by. Recording. Props ready. Hair messy. Hi, audio sync. Looks good to go. Script, scroll. Good evening, this is woodblock printmaker Dave Bull, here in our shop on the second floor of the Mokuhankan building in Asakusa, Tokyo. And it's one of the last times I'll be here making one of these videos for you. And more about that at the end of this one. As you've already seen in the cold open, this video will show the process of making one of the new prints in the ongoing Ukiyo-e Hero series that we're producing together with designer Jed Henry. Now it's been years, and I mean literally years, since I last produced a video showing one of these prints coming to life, and I'm very pleased to be finally able to bring you this one. The print, The Serpent Strikes, is a design that I've liked since the first moment I saw it. I think Jed has really outdone himself with the transformation of key elements of the game, the barrels and that cone of light, putting them into a milieu a world away from the original, and yet it's still instantly recognizable as the game itself. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about games. We're here to talk about a woodblock print coming to life. And before we start, I have to mention that this presentation is going to be a little bit different from most that we have done before. Up to now, whenever I do these videos, the sequence goes something like this. I brush color over the block. I put the paper in place. I rub to take the impression, and we then look at the result. And then do it again, till we get to the end. But that means that there's always an important step in the process that gets omitted, and that's preparing and mixing the particular color. Now that part takes time, and I've always been afraid of having these presentations go on too long. But the fans have spoken strongly about that, telling me not to watch the clock while I'm doing these. So this time, for each color block in the sequence of making this print, I pointed the camera straight down onto the color mixing tile, and I just let it run while every color was mixed from basic ingredients. Now, in some cases that just took a few seconds, yellow, splash of red, and go for it, and some it took a couple of minutes to make a nice, deep, rich brown. I also need to introduce you to the craftsman you will be watching this time round. Now, unlike most of the previous Ukiyo-e Heroes videos, where I myself sat at the bench to do the proofing job, I took my camera this time over to the workroom of one of the men who has been working with us for the past few years on making these prints, the very respected printer, Mr. Kenichi Kubota. Now, he's not an outgoing guy at all, and he wouldn't go along with my request to do an interview as part of this presentation. Getting my face on the internet? You gotta be kidding, what? But he did agree to let me bring my cameras along and just record the work while he did the initial proof printing of this block set. As you see, it came out just fine, and after I left his workroom at the end of the day's proofing, I gave him the go-ahead to begin work on the initial batch of real prints. This was 2 weeks or so ago, and he's now finished those. He did it in really good time, and Jed-san now has those prints in hand as I speak, and he's preparing to send them on their way to the waiting customers and collectors all over the world. But again, I'm talking too much. Let's get to the actual printmaking work. I'll do a bit of voiceover as we go to explain a few things as we go along. And in other places where I think that it's pretty much self-explanatory, I'll just sit quietly and watch together with you. Let's get on with the show. Right. And while we're here, let's just run to the end. Let's see, can we turn that back on? Actually, it might be already running, isn't it? Now it's running. Audio standby. Audio record. Okay, video is on. Audio is up. Let's do the So there you have it, another in the ongoing series of Ukiyo-e Heroes prints. I'm so happy to be a part of bringing these things to life. Although I myself didn't actually make this one in a hands-on way myself, like I did with all the early ones in the series. And my name isn't on this. It says Carver Kawasaki Printer Kubota. I still feel responsible for getting this made, and I am very proud of it. Now, before we sign off, I have to bring you up to date with a little bit of news. I said back at the beginning of this presentation that this is going to be one of the last videos that I will be bringing you here from our shop. But please don't misunderstand. It's not that I'm going to stop making videos, it's that I won't be making them here for much longer. Mokuhankan is moving. How far? About 4 meters, straight down. Sometime next month, we'll be relocating our shop space down into the first floor of this building, of which we will then be occupying all 3 floors. The first floor down there will be the shop itself, and at the back, a brand new print party room. The 3rd floor upstairs will remain as the workspace, the place where we prepare the wood blocks and the paper doing the sizing, things like that, as well as, of course, the workroom for our 4 printers there. And the 2nd floor, formerly this shop, will become, but no, let's save that for a bit later. For now, I've got some work to do downstairs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. I do believe we are in the can. But let me check. I know those of you who saw me do this last time got to this point. I said it's in the can, it's a wrap, blah, 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 blah. I packed everything up. I took the camera back. I had to get ready. There's a print party at 10 o'clock or something. Same as there is today. There's a print party here in an hour or so. I packed everything up, packed the lights up, packed the towel, packed, and found out that I had forgotten to double click the button on the audio recorder. It's a double click system. You click once to make it standby, then you click again to start the recording. And I had thought I had clicked, but it hadn't. So the version that you saw me do here, oh, people are like, yeah, Dave's good, 1 take, blah, 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 it's a wrap, it's a wrap, it's a wrap. It was totally screwed up. I had to bring everything out the next day and do it all over again. I didn't show that to you, I didn't tell you that, but whatever. So all you guys are thinking, this is so cool, Dave's such a really good hero at this. No way, we screw up here all the time. Anyway, let me get that chip. I've got to check. That's what I'm doing now. Before I pack up this gear, I want to make sure that thing is actually in the can. So excuse me here. There's also something else I have to do next before we pack up. I've got to get what you call the B-roll. You know, I held the print in my hand while doing that presentation, but we also, of course, want a cutaway to a very close-up view of that. So I'll be doing that in a moment. Stand by. Refrigerator. Refrigerator is in the frame. He's here. You maybe can't see him, but the YouTubers can see him. So just hang on, hang on. Too much conversation. I can't catch it. I'm sorry. Just a minute. Twitch is on the mic. What are we doing here? The microphone. Are you hearing me? This is off. My audio is into this microphone into that. So you're hearing me now through the MacBook, which is not such great sound, but whatever. Okay, let's check that take. Two takes, 1.5 gigs, 700 megabytes. Audio record. Okay, video is on. Audio is on. Let's do that. So there you have it. Another in the ongoing series of Video Heroes Prince. Okay, camera. Okay, they're okay. They're okay. So next B-roll. But how are we going to do this? Let's see. Too much stuff to move around here. Just like what I said, the barrels, the cone of light. How close can we get here? what did I do? I gestured, talked about, I don't know, the milieu of the game, the barrels and the cone of light, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's try this. You know, the barrels, blah, 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 the cone of light, blah, blah, blah. All right, I think that should do it. Where are we? Where are we? There's a scan. Yeah, I'm going to scan this thing also. We've already scanned it actually, so I may use some scan data as B-roll as well, but I also just need to have a closer, a closer approach that's still obviously part of the same video presentation, I did that before with one of these a while ago. I did the B-roll. I was cold, so I put my sweater on. I did the B-roll part with a sweater, so my video is jumping from a blue shirt to a gray sweater and back to a shirt. It was awful, but today I remembered to keep my same clothes on. So. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, are we able to see, can I do this? I tried it before, but I couldn't get let's get this camera out of the way. People are always asking about the teleprompter, so let's see if we can show how it works. I don't know if I can move the camera out. Every time I try and move the camera, we end up losing our video signal. So let's talk about this here. That's basically the end of what I'm doing here today. I've got to put this away now and get to the shop. But what I'd like to do also is show you my teleprompter. So let's try something. I'm going to move the Twitch camera around to try and show you how this works. If it succeeds, we'll continue and talk about it. If I lose the video signal and the stream crashes, then it's, like it's goodbye. That's the end of today's stream. So let's, that's all. That's all I've got for you today. Anyway, I'll be back at the carving bench tomorrow. What's today? Today's Saturday. Tomorrow I'll be back at the carving bench with a regular, normal, 90-minute stream of me carving and doing stuff. So let's do this. Let's try and show you how the teleprompter thing works. What am I going to do? I'll try and move that camera over here. Is that going to work? Or is it all plugged in? No, maybe I can't do that because it's plugged in around this loop. It is. I plugged it in around the post. Can't do that. Let's try it. The video camera should allow me to unplug it for a second, right? Back in. That's not the problem. The problem is the other way around. It's the lights that have to come out around the post. Right. And then it's the monitor that has to come around the post. Okay, let's see if we're okay. Did I kill everything or is it still up and running? Seems we're okay. I didn't kill everything. Okay. All right. Let's try and move the camera. Who's this? What's going on? 8:30 Saturday morning. Who's this going to be? Suga-san. This girl is serious. Holy crap. What's this? What's this? 8:30 in the morning. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hayai ね。そう。もうビデオ編集。そう。Say Twitch is over here.
今大丈夫喋っても大丈夫なの？
今ライブです。
ライブ？
だから今 YouTube の方が今終わったばっかりですが、Twitch はまだ生です。
まだ生だね。
そう。
おはようございます。よいしょ。
ちょっと待って、すぐさん。
はい。
哲学できるかな？
何？
そう。
何？
今本当のビデオもう終わったんですが、Twitch の皆様にテレプロンプターとか説明したいんですが、そのテレプロンプター ちょっとね、you disappear. What's happening? ちょっと待ってください。Where's preview here? Oh, here it is. There it is. Okay. 見えますか？
うん、見える。
この言葉。
あ
Good evening, this is Woodblock Printmaker David Bolt でし
あ、
ょ？こうになりますね。僕喋りながら10
はいはいはい。
ですね。
すごいかっこいい
だからちょっと座ってください。
ここに？
そう。
すごい逆に映る。
そう、逆ですね。
すごい。
We might lose this, but let's try. Okay. Sorry for making anybody seasick. Give me a second to try and move this stuff around.
コード
Did we catch it or not? I don't know. Let's see.
すごい。グッドイブニング。This is the broccoli.
読めますか？
Dave, here in our shop on the second floor of the Mokanka. すごい。なるほどね。
Okay, let's try. Let's change.
OK?
いや、2人
あ、
かかると思ったんですけど大丈夫です。
大丈夫だ
It's okay, it's okay. Are we still
あ
live?
あ、そういうこと。
Are we still live? We are actually still live. Okay. Twitch can now see. Okay, what you can see. じゃあ、フェイス
OK,
ど
OK,
こです
OK.
か？じゃあじゃあ
なるほど、なるほど。
I thought I needed two hands. It's okay. Get it myself. ね。Let's get that out of the way for a minute here. Take the iMac out of the way. Good. We don't need that for the moment here. Okay, what can we do here? All right, you can see, I think, then. Here we are. Okay. Let's get this camera. In front of my stool here, there's the Mac, the laptop. And what I'm normally seeing, let's get it off the Twitch screen here. Here we are. I normally see my script. It's on the Mac laptop screen here. Reversed mirror image upside down, top to bottom. I'm not watching that screen, of course. What I'm watching is a teleprompter over here, which is it's a tripod with a monitor lying on its back and a piece of glass on top and a towel over top of it. And if I initiate scrolling in Acrobat here, we get, can I zoom in and see this? Whatever, people know how a teleprompter works, it's okay. There she goes. And now and then, you know, the scrolling is set for about the speed that I actually talk, but now and then it starts to get ahead of me. And you might hear a couple of things happening. You might hear me talking a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster as it goes ahead until I get to the point where I can't handle it anymore. So I reach out to the laptop and knock it back down 1 or 2 lines. So you'll see this a couple of times while I'm doing that presentation. You'll see me, my right hand reach out, just gently tap the laptop screen to knock it back down. And then next to that, we've got a light deck, because even with all the lights in this room, it's still way too dark for doing actual video. There we go. So I think that's it, actually, you know. There's not much else I'm going to be able to do today, I think. I should have put this at the light, excuse me here. Oh, trip over everything, why don't you, Dave? So anyway, like I said, the work is basically done now for me today, so that's kind of it, I think. Tomorrow we'll be back to a normal, regular stream. We'll be carving, it'll either be carving one of two things. I'll either be carving the Great Wave version for the party room, or I might be doing another new project that's suddenly come up that has to be done really quickly. I might be carving that instead. I'm not sure which one it'll be. Anyway, there we are. That's it for today. I've got to get this stuff in the can. The new YouTube video may be up this evening. It may be not. It depends how busy the shop is today, if I get time to do that tonight or not. So tonight or tomorrow, there will be finally a new YouTube video up on the channel. And Twitch will be back to my carving bench tomorrow morning. So thanks very much, guys. I'm going to sign off here and try and get the shop cleaned up before the next party at 10 o'clock in about 1 hour from now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. We're still hot mic'd into the laptop here, nay. So okay, anyway, here you off. See you tomorrow. Thank you.